Hello.
Hi, Frank.
Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our pre-match press conference to preview our fixture against Crystal Palace, and we'll start off with Vinny from Sky, please.
Hi, Frank. Hope you well.
Hi, good, thanks.
Just check on team news first of all, Frank. I take it no Ben Godfrey, no Yerry Mina, no Fabian Delph still.
No, Ben may be in the squad. And that's just a testament to him striving to get fit. But he's in the squad. I'll take a decision on whether he's involved at all, and the others are out.
Michael Keane, has he recovered?
He's recovered, yeah,
and fully fit to start.
Yeah.
Also, Van der Beek, is he ready to be?
Yeah, he's in the squad.
And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, just because we saw him stretching out a little bit.
He's fine.
At the Brentford game. How big a boost is that to have him available once again? Because obviously the stats show that someone like Richarlison is more likely to score from wide areas than he is through the middle at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I know about that stat, but I'm not sure that's the case of how the balance of the team looks up front. But it's great having Dominic back, particularly with the performance that he showed against Brentford, particularly in those opening moments, 11v11. He was very powerful, very fit looking, and we know that we've not had Dominic since I've been here. Either injured or trying to come back, and then other little niggles, and that's been clear that he's not a player that's been able to give what he'd want to give for us, and it was nice to see that from him. Just
to reflect on a couple of other things from the weekend. Obviously, we know about the decisions that didn't go your way. Is the Branthwaite sending off and the circumstances around that more easily forgiven if Sorensen gets a second yellow card in those circumstances? And have you had any explanation as to why those decisions didn't go your way?
No, and I'm not going to go back on it. I think it was quite clear cut, the decisions, in my opinion. All that matters now is he's gone. All the decisions that have come and gone are gone, and we focus on the game.
Does the injustice that you feel, though, create a kind of us against them mentality, and is that something that you can harness in this game against Palace?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. It probably just means that we've got less points than I feel we deserve, and that's just a reality, which means we're going to this game and the last two games knowing that we need a couple more points for safety, but at the same time it's just all about focusing on ourselves and being ready for the games ahead.
How would you describe the mood in the camp there, Frank?
Determined, focused. I thought you saw that at Brentford. The first 17 minutes seemed pretty not sure to me. It's a game of football, but 17 minutes it felt the game was only going in one direction because we were so on our game. And after that event, even the work ethic and the spirit of the team to try and go ahead again and try and get a result at that point was something that you can be proud of in itself. So of course we want to keep 11 players on the pitch. Things that you can control, you try to, but in terms of the approach in the game, we have to replicate that again to what we did at Brentford.
Some will take the view that it's all or nothing on Thursday night. Clearly it's not, because obviously you've got that game against Arsenal to come at the weekend as well, but do you almost have to approach it like it's all or nothing?
Well, no, it's not. So if you approach it all or nothing and we don't get the right result, do you then try and rekindle the fact that you've got a game to come? It's the reality. So we have to approach it as a game at Goodison, a game against a really good opponent, and a game that we all just understand what it is.
The fact is, though, that it's in your hands and you have that opportunity to seal safety against Crystal Palace.
That's a nice thing. That's a good thing. And, if you'd have offered that to us a few weeks ago, for sure, we probably would have taken it. But it's just words at the moment. It's nice that it's in our hands. If we can put in the right performance, get some things that go our way, tap into the atmosphere, which is going to be special. On the night, our fans are going to turn up in huge numbers to support the players. If we can tap into that, then we know we have an opportunity to get where we want to be.
Clearly the fans as well, though, will want it done on Thursday night, but do you almost need, as well as the fervent atmosphere, do you also need a little bit of patience on the night if you don't, say, get an early goal?
Yeah, and I think we'll get that. It's too big an occasion. I think the fans understand a difficult opponent and the threats that they have. And Brentford, even when it became very difficult with 10 men, they stuck with us. So I believe they'll do that no matter what the circumstances of the game.
At this stage, Frank, can you think about what it means to yourself personally if you are able to secure Premier League status on Thursday night?
Yeah, but I'd probably rather talk about it when it happens, to be honest. It's just we're not there yet, and it's not important at the moment what it means to me. It's important about the football club getting to where we want to be, and as you've said, it's in our hands to do it over the course of the next two games.
And on the night, you'll clearly want urgency from your players, but how do you also ensure that it's not a little bit too urgent? They're not trying to throw things forward too quickly, balls into the box too quickly, things like that. They're calm.
Well, no, yeah, that's fine. It's urgency is one thing, decision making in game is another. That's why I felt the first 17 minutes against Brentford was so good, because we had a real element of times to be slightly more direct and have an idea what we want to do. If we're more straightforward, times to play, always times to be aggressive about how we defend, whether we're high up the pitch or lower, which we've done very well in the last I don't know, 6, 7, 8 games. So we just have to keep going with that same idea and not come away from that.
And finally, for me, Frank, obviously you've praised the support of late, but we also know about the incidents which Ivan Toney and Rico Henry reported at the weekend as well. So what is your message to the fans ahead of this game?
Well, we as a club are doing everything to approach that in the right way in terms of speaking with the police and finding out the details. And until that point, I don't think it's the point for me to say more, other than the club always stands against racism. And we show that as much as we can, and it's a big thing for us as a club and me as managers to say that, and that's it.
Frank.
Thank you.
We'll go to Damien at Premier League Productions, please.
Just one from me, Frank. These end of season games where Palace have got nothing to play for, apparently they're safe, but equally they could be totally relaxed about the game. I mean, how do you prepare, I guess, for the best version of Palace?
Sure, we have to prepare for that. I think you saw a team that put in a very good performance against Aston Villa in their last game. A team that has opportunities to maybe move a couple of places up the table, which always makes you happy if you see yourself in those positions come the end. A team driven by a coach who was always a winner, had a mentality to be a winner, and I expect nothing but the best version. That's what we have to prepare for.
Thank you, Damien. We'll go to Carl at Radio Merseyside, please.
Hi, Frank. You mentioned Dominic Calvert-Lewin before. He got that goal, only flicked off his chest, but the old saying goes, one off the backside might get him, a player to start scoring goals again. Do you think that will help him now, even though it had only flicked off him?
Yeah, it's nice. It's certainly nice to get confidence of as a striker, particularly of a goal, no matter how they come. I agree with that. So that's a great thing. I think he should take confidence from the fact that he got on the score sheet and his performance. It was a performance that we want and Dominic would expect from himself, and is more than capable of giving. And as I say, that's not easy off the back of injuries, etc. So it was really nice to see that from him.
You've had 2 players sent off at the weekend. We've seen Leeds have players sent off as well. Because of the situation you're in, is it hard to keep calm under pressure because there's so much riding on these games? Well,
we have to, and to be clear, that the first red was a footballing error that meant then Jared made a foul. The second red was a bad tackle. I think Salomon appreciated that straight away, and those are the ones we don't want at all. We've got red cards this year. I'm not mad on that fact, because they obviously make games hard, but at the same time, a lot of ours have been footballing mistakes. Small lunges, not big painful ones or reckless ones. So they're more footballing issues than anything else. But of course, we have to try and manage against that.
And how much are the senior players helping at this moment in time as well? With all the teammates trying to keep everyone calm and.
Yeah, they do, and we've got some big ones there, namely the captain in Seamus, who's outstanding for setting the tone of the dressing room and the training and everything. But every player counts now. We have to rely on players who've got a lot of injuries, which we've constantly seemed to have had through the season. So everyone is involved, everyone has to be ready, and it has to be a collective.
And we're talking about that you've got 2 games left, but does it feel like a must-win because you don't have that pressure of the final day as well?
It is what it is. We've got 2 games left to get probably 2 points with the goal difference situation with Leeds, and as I mentioned before, we're not going to write off a game against Arsenal. It's a game to go and contend and try and get a result no matter what happens on Thursday. So yeah, we understand the situation, we understand what we need and what we want, and we just have to prepare as well as we can to get it.
And you talk about the atmosphere. Are you glad that it's an evening game, because the atmospheres at Goodison Park in the evening are brilliant, aren't they? Usually. Yeah,
I'm happy with that fact, and I thank our fans a lot this season because of the impact they've had on the team, particularly in recent weeks. I'm sure they'll be coming tomorrow with everything like they've done, and maybe a bit more than what they've been doing, and we really appreciate that, and it's such a big push for us. But as I always say, they'll be there, and they'll be there like that, and we'll try and make it a special night for Goodison, and it historically could be a big night for us because we know the situation. But at the same time, the players have to turn up and play with the same passion and fight as every Evertonian that's in the stadium. We need 11 Evertonians on the pitch and subs, and that's what it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carl. We'll go to Carl Markham at the Press Association, please.
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
You've wanted the players to ride the emotion and the energy that the fans have given you at Goodison. Just wondering, with this being the final game and what's at stake in the situation, do you have to almost counter that a little bit and tell the players that they can't play the occasion, they've got to play what's in front of them and not think about what's coming down off the stands and what the game entails?
No, I think they have to understand the occasion. They have to tap into that, because it's not a game. It's not the 5th game of the season where you're just trying to get yourself going. It's a game where it's really critical. So we need to use that and use the fact that there is a pressure on ourselves, but in a good way, a fan base that's backing us, and play with control on top of that. So yeah, that's the balance.
But you say because there is so much at stake, it could maybe go the other way, and the pressure that they start to feel because of the occasion and what the game means. How do they handle that?
I feel like I answered the question before. I don't know. They have to find the right balance. They have to tap into the feeling of the fans. We're playing a game that we love doing, and a game that you love doing means that you're up for big pressure moments. It could be the same feeling after this game if we go and win something really special down the line. I've been involved in a lot of games that are opportunity to win a Champions League final, opportunity to win the Premier League. I've also been in games at the other end of the scale, or a playoff semi-final, and that you can't always say that one feeling is better than the other. When you can achieve something on a night, it's a moment. You have to go and try and get that. So tapping into that is not a problem. You just have to obviously stay controlled on the football level.
Thanks, Carl. Are there any further questions on Zoom during the open section? No? Okay, we'll move on to the newspapers now.